How's it going, family? It's your boy, ZTV, back with another video, and I'm bringing you my playoff predictions. And this is going to be my non-biased opinion. And first off, I just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed and supports the channel. I'm greatly appreciated. I do this for you. I don't look to do this to get paid or nothing like that. And I don't bet. I could be a betting man, but I don't bet. Okay, this is all for fun here. You know, football is one of my primary main sports that I love the most, and this is something I'm passionate about. But I don't make my predictions based on conspiracy theory, meaning I'm not gonna sit here and tell you the game is scripted, because it's really not. I'm not gonna tell you it's rigged all the time, because it's really not. Okay, and I'm gonna say if you're gonna make a bet, but stop blaming things on the refs. Make a bet, but stop blaming things on Freemason every time things don't go your way. Ain't nobody perfect. This is a competition. Okay? Because I got videos that I can prove the league is not scripted, but that's besides the point. Now, and getting back to it, I'm just going to give you my honest opinion on each of these teams, because this is when the real playoffs start. This is when the real competition is beginning. Nothing against the first round at all, but the game I'm mostly cared about is this one. Right? Because I told everybody Brady is... And another thing too, man. Brady is not going to play no more. That's just my opinion. Tom Brady is done. No team is gonna sign that man. Ain't nobody has room for a 46-year-old on their roster. We got too many of these other young quarterbacks coming into the draft, which I showed you in my other video when I responded to my real NFL breakdowns. Who is gonna once again, like he did last year, change up do another video changing things up because he can't. His prediction of Brady failed. No, nobody's gonna sign him. The Raiders not gonna take him either. The Raiders are better off going with Caleb Williams, the Heisman Trophy winner, which they could technically trade to get in front of Houston for that pick. Yeah, Houston might get him too, but you also got the Alabama quarterback. There's other quarterbacks. Brady's time is done. You're just in the way of these other players' development. But now going forward, we're gonna start on the AFC side of things. And first off, we got Kansas City and Jacksonville. Kansas City, that's an automatic W. Now, again, I understand Jacksonville did a great job against Chargers because they didn't give up at all. The reason why it was 31-30 because that team kept on fighting. They did not fold. They didn't give up under pressure. Yes, the Jaguars was down big time in the halftime, just like in this Buccaneers game. Okay? The reason why the Jacksonville was able to come back for one, Trevor Lawrence is a lot younger than Tom Brady. Jaguars got a young team. This team beat the Cowboys in OT. They're young. And on top of that, Doug Peterson is a far better head coach than Todd Bowles. Again, people forgot that Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl ring not too long ago with the Eagles. In the last 10 years, he won a championship with this Philadelphia team. Now, Nick Sirianni still has yet to prove that he's better than Doug Peterson. He still has big shoes to fill. That man got to prove that he could get to a Super Bowl like Peterson did and win. The only thing I'm going to give Nick Sirianni is that Jalen Hurts is going to be the MVP. Nick Sirianni is going to have an MVP playing on his team, which Doug Peterson didn't have because Nick Foles and certainly not Carson Wentz were not as athletically gifted as Jalen Hurts is. But yeah, it's still Kansas City's time. And by the way, Patrick Mahomes is the poster child. This is his era. He's officially the leader of the league, not Brady. Brady's time has came and went already. Patrick Mahomes is the guy. This is Patrick Mahomes who have led the Kansas City Chiefs to 4 AFC Championship games in the last 5 years. They've been to 4 in a row. And I'm gonna be very honest. They would love to get Cincinnati in the championship game. That's who Kansas City actually wants. They want a rematch with Cincinnati. They need that. I'll be honest. Andy Reid ain't forgot about that. He wants to face Zach Taylor again. That's who they actually want. Kansas City don't want Buffalo. They want Cincinnati. But yeah, I'm going with KC. Jacksonville got a decent team. This is definitely a start. They're not quite ready for Kansas City now because Kansas City got a lot of experience. And see, Kansas City is not going to give up the lead like the Chargers did. Yes, Chargers got a nice team, but they still need more time to be disciplined. The Chargers need more time to develop. They almost there. But Kansas City, again, this is a team that you got to get past to get to a Super Bowl. They're not going to give up the lead at all. No, not Mahomes. But yeah, they're Doug Peterson definitely got something there. Depending on what Jacksonville does in the offseason, if they get the right moves, and they can sign at least 1 or 2 free agents, and let's say if they could get like a George Judy from Denver, somebody like that, or pick them a good free agent defensive line, they can strengthen their line. This team can win at least 11 games next season. They go 11-6 next year. On top of that, I see them actually leading the division now. I think Tennessee is pretty much done. Tennessee is going downhill again. They need to Tennessee need to change things up. I don't see Derrick Henry staying for too much longer. I think the time of Ryan Tannehill has ran its course. He might be going too. But yeah, I think going forward, things look bright in Jacksonville. But yeah, Kansas City is gonna get that win. They're gonna get a W. It might not necessarily be a blowout. I'm not saying they're gonna blow them out, but they're gonna win. Next up, Cincinnati Buffalo. This is basically a rematch of Week 17 due to what happened with Damar Hamlin. Now I'm gonna say this: like Cincinnati definitely has an advantage. Young team, they fully healthy. They haven't really lost anybody. But I think Buffalo has a lot to play with. Buffalo's definitely not they're not a second. They're a team that could get out the second round, and they're definitely gonna be a lot harder than the Raiders was last year. So with that being said, I think Buffalo has a lot to play for. I think Damar Hamlin is definitely going to be coming to that game, even though he's not going to be playing. So with the injury of Damar, the fact that he can't play for the rest of the season, I think they're gonna Buffalo's going to rally behind that. And plus, they're in a home game. They got home field advantage. It's not going to be easy for Cincinnati at all. Yes, Von Miller's out, but this team was already stacked up before Von Miller came. I'm taking Buffalo over Cincinnati. Only because of that. I think Buffalo with home field advantage, I think they got this. Even though it's not going to be easy at all, because Cincinnati, again, a lot of speed. They're fast. Joe Burrow can run. He got wheels. Okay, that's a Heisman Trophy winner. That's a man who beat Trevor Lawrence in college in the national championship game before he got drafted. That's who Trevor Lawrence had to battle against. And I ain't lying, it would be nice to see Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow in an AFC Championship game. Just not gonna be this year. Maybe next year for sure. We get a battle of Cincinnati and Jacksonville. I mean, it's possibility. Who knows? It's any game Sunday because Kansas City can still get upset by Jacksonville. I just don't see it happening this year. Yeah, but I just think with the way things are now, the energy of Damar being on the sideline watching his team try to win it for him. I think that's what's going to carry Buffalo over. They're definitely going to have the crowd on their side. There's going to be way more Buffalo fans in them stands than Cincinnati. Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo. Just because, again, just the situations. And plus, Buffalo also has a team to stop Cincinnati. That's another thing. Buffalo can slow Cincinnati down defensively. See, the thing about Buffalo Bills, they got DBs. They got top corners. Matter of fact, let's look at the previews really quick. I want to see something. So let's look at the comparison. Because as you see, is again, see, look, average pass yards, 352. So they got the air game on point. Rush. Singletary is good. I'm going to tell you now, Singletary is slightly better than Mixon. He's okay, but Singletary is the better back. Look, average yards, 423. Yeah, Buffalo's definitely the veteran team. They've been here longer. This is a Bills team that's been to playoffs the last 3 seasons. Where Cincinnati just now showed up last year. And I give Cincinnati credit. Zach Taylor, this is a major improvement. Last year, they went from 9-7 to 12-4. That's a major step up. Okay, I told y'all, man, Cincinnati is a well-rounded team. They really are. That's not a pushover team at all. They're changed. It's a good stats here. Look at 352. Okay, this is Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the better quarterback. Yeah, look at David Singletary. Let me mix it. Look at that. 48 there. It's not, yeah. I see better running back, right? That's the yards. Look at his average, right? Cook. This is just from the last games. Look at the stats. Look at that. Receiving. Chasing. These guys are good. Look, boy, these guys are great. But look at that. You got Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs, again, way better receiver. This is a veteran team. And Cole Beasley is still playing. That's an ex-Cowboy, but he's still decent. You can't knock Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley will get open for you. That's like the closest thing you'll have to a Julian Edelman. He's basically the broke man's version of Julian Edelman. Nothing against him or nothing like that, but yeah, they about the same size too. But yeah, I got Buffalo in this game. Now let's look at the defense. Let's compare the defense. So 8.1, 8.2. Like Wilson got him here. Yeah, Evans, these guys can all cover. Eli Apple's a veteran too. Yeah, the defense is looking about even. Their defense is looking about even, right? But look at average. So the defense is not bad. The defense go definitely be a factor in this game. But I just think with the experience Buffalo has, they should be able to beat Cincinnati. Because one thing about Buffalo, they getting tired of losing. Josh Allen is tired of losing. I'm gonna tell you now, he's tired of taking L's. And plus, Buffalo still need that from Kansas City anyway. They need that big time. Just as Kansas City need that from Cincinnati, Buffalo definitely needs that from the Chiefs. We're gonna get a Mahomes versus Josh Allen part 2. That's my prediction. It's gonna be KC and Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. Again, I'm not taking nothing from Cincinnati. Cincinnati definitely earned the right to be there. Again, they're one of the most improved teams in the league. And another thing I'm gonna say this too going forward. Listen, to my black people who keep complaining about race. Yes, Lovie Smith got fired. Byron Leftwich got fired. But in Byron Leftwich's case, they deserve to get fired. That man had no running game at all. The Buccaneers running backs were ranked 30. Like dead last in the NFL. They had no type of running game at all. That man did not do a good job with that offense. And Byron Leftwich was the coordinator with Todd Bowles. They did a horrible job. Again, the reason why the Buccaneers went 8-9 is because Byron Leftwich had no good running plays. They couldn't run the ball effectively at all. Yeah, you thought they was going to beat Dallas, who Dallas got Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, who had a far better season than Leonard Fournette. And then the Buccaneers didn't even have Ronald Jones. He left. Ronald Jones is actually right over here. He's in Kansas City. Matter of fact, man, let's look at Ronald Jones. RJ2. Yeah, Kansas City. That's ironic. This man went right to the team that he beat, and now has a chance to get to another championship. They're definitely gonna be the Chiefs are definitely gonna. By the way, before I continue, look for this man to get some playing time in that Jaguar game. He's definitely gonna get PT. See, and he was a free agent. He went right over there. Ronald Jones was smart. He knew Brady's time was up, and Mahomes is the future. That's why. And he's a USC Trojan. Yeah. That man did the smart thing. So Ronald Jones, again, Kansas City got Ronald Jones. They got I think got Clinton Dix or here Edwards Claire. They got Edwards. They got Edwards and Rojo, RJ2. Yeah, he's right over here. Which is ironic. They gone. He left. He hopped ship and went somewhere else. He was smart man. I can't knock Ronald Jones for doing that. Because Mahomes is still under the age of he's not even 30 years old yet. And they've been to 4 AFC Championship games in a row. But yeah, it's gonna be Kansas City and Buffalo. Ronald Jones has a chance to go to another championship. Now, next up, the NFC. Now, I'm gonna be honest, man. This year's been all NFC East. I'll give him that. Because even the Commanders was a game away from making the playoffs. They almost did. We almost have all 4 NFC East teams in there. But this year, this was definitely the NFC East. They have been the strongest division in football as of this particular season. So in this division round, this matchup, we got the battle of the NFC East. Giants and Philly. I'm taking Philly in this game. Giants, I'll give them that. They've been very good. You know, they have played very, very well. And they'll definitely beat Minnesota. Now, Minnesota ain't got no excuses for this at all. They're 3rd seed. Kirk Cousins have been there the last 2 years. The Vikings team has been a consistent playoff team. For the most part. You should have not lost to a Giants who's there for the first time. That just tell you the Minnesota Vikings, again, like they got to get rid of Cousins. Like Kirk Cousins got to go. Like the Raiders cut ties with Derek Carr. Kirk Cousins got to get out of there too. You got to get him out of there. They need another QB completely. I'm on record stating that. He got to go. This is the most disappointing team of this year. Now, the Vikings were just overly hyped. But I don't see the Giants beating on Philly the exact same way. This is going to be very tough. This is going to be basically a shootout. It's going to be very close. This is going to be a very close game. Now, of course, they're not going to have no stats right now as far as the playoffs because they started over. Okay, so that's why they can't quite compare Philadelphia to the Giants because they didn't play last game. But as you can see, man, again, passing yards are 301. 142 rush yards. Again, you got a decent running back in Saquon Barkley. And then the Giants' average total yards is 431. But Philly is rested. I don't think they beat the Eagles. That's just my opinion. I think Jalen Hurts should be able to win this. I think they got it, but who knows? Anything can happen. Anybody can get upset anytime, but I don't think the Giants got enough experience. Yeah, you beat on Minnesota because Minnesota is easy. Okay, Minnesota is not the best at all. They got a terrible quarterback. Now you up against the MVP. And Hurts can actually run. Hurts is not a pocket passer. He can beat you with his legs. That's another thing. Right? So yeah, I think Philadelphia they got this. They can beat the Giants. I got Philly beating them. I think this is Philadelphia's year to go back to NFC Championship game. Now, this is game of the week. This is the game everybody's looking at. They're looking at Dallas and San Francisco. Now, I'm gonna say this going forward, right? And I'm gonna keep the same energy I did last Monday. Dak has been in here since 2016. San Francisco has Brock Purdy, who is a third-string quarterback and a rookie. Okay? There should be no reason why Dallas can't win this game. It shouldn't. And I'm a Cowboy fan, tried and true, but I'm gonna be honest, man. It's gonna be tough defensively. Dallas shouldn't lose this game. But let's look at the stats here. Let's do a comparison. So, average passer yard 305, 332. Okay, this is about accurate. Look at 128, 181. And then you got 425 here. You got 505.0. Okay, that's the comparison. That's the yards here. Yeah, so Prescott last game 305. No, I'm saying 305, 4 interceptions, right? And then Brock Purdy 3 interceptions, 3 INTs. 332, 305. So Brock Purdy, I ain't lying, he's on fire, he's hot. Again, the problem right here is within the running game. They got a far better running back. Now, I'll be honest, Tony Pollard can get down. The offensive line, depending on what the offensive line does, it will determine how good Tony Pollard has a game. It's going to depend on O-line. O-line got to step up. You also got Deebo Samuel that can run the ball. And that's another problem, too, for Dallas is Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel is a top 4 receiver in this league. And then look at receiving yards. Schultz. Schultz is like the best tight end we done had. The Cowboys have had best tight end. Look at Samuel. Look at 100. Look at 133. Right? It's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be very hard beating them. You still got George Kittle. Like, they stacked. So again, it's gonna be definitely a battle. It's gonna be a battle, man. Let's look at the defense. Let's look at the defense. So yeah, see, look at that. This is gonna be the difference here. Cowboys got a defensive line too. Now y'all see this, right? Just as it's gonna be a battle between Nick Bosa and it's gonna be a battle between Michael Parsons. Who's gonna get the most sacks in this game? Who's gonna get the most tackles, Bosa or Michael Parsons? That's gonna be the key matchup here, defensively. Whoever can get to the quarterback first, whoever can put their hands on the quarterback, that's who's gonna pretty much decide this game. It's gonna be defense. Again, this is another game that's gonna come down to defense. This is gonna come down to the last possession. Who could get the last possession in a minute to go in the fourth quarter? And I'm gonna say this right now. Cowboys also already before I continue, they fired their kicker. The kicker's not there no more. Right? The guy who missed 4 field goals, he's supposedly, from what I've been told, he's not there. He got fired. So they ain't gonna have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, Brett Maher is gone. But even Robbie Gould is old too. Robbie Gould started to miss field goals too. That's another thing. San Francisco can't count on Robbie Gould too much because he did miss a field goal. In that Raider game in the last season, he did miss. One of the reasons why the Raiders was able to force overtime because Robbie Gould missed a field goal. It would have won San Francisco the game. And Derek Carr had a last minute drive that wound up taking him into OT. So you can't trust Robert Gold all that much neither. But Gold has more veteran experience than Mar. Mar is not going to be there, for what I've been told. I don't know if it's true or not, but from what I've been told, just what I've been hearing, he's not there. He got fired. But yeah, that's it. But I'm just going to be very honest. I love Dallas. Like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan, but until they beat San Francisco, I can't put them over the Niners. I just can't. Because the Niners got another quarterback. You don't have to worry about Jimmy Garoppolo. Now you got to worry about Brock Purdy. The only thing Dallas going to have to do is make Brock Purdy look unexperienced, look like an actual true rookie. They're going to have to put pressure on Purdy. If Michael Parsons could do what he did to Brady, if he could do to Brock Purdy what he did to Brady and force Brock Purdy to make bad throws where he's rushed and uncomfortable in the pocket, Dallas might just have a chance. But they're gonna have to, it's gonna have to be through Michael Parsons. Like I told you, it's gonna be a battle between Parsons and Bosa. Who can disrupt the quarterback the most? And I will say this again: Dak Prescott got way more experience than Purdy, so there should be no reason why they can't get out the second round. You should be able to beat San Francisco. But again, I can't get my hopes up until I see Dallas beat San Francisco. I'll put the Niners right here in the NFC Championship game. This is gonna be San Francisco and Philly. Until I see otherwise. Because if you look at the last 20 years, since 2011, San Francisco has been a better franchise than Dallas. I'll be honest, the Niners have gotten the best of us. They got our number. This team has since then been to 2 Super Bowl appearances with Kaepernick and Garoppolo. Romo and Prescott still to this day have not ever been. Romo retired. Prescott still has yet to make an appearance. The Cowboys have went 12-5 for twice in a row now. So that's all I'm saying. I can't, until we get out the second round, I can't put them above San Francisco. And that's just me being honest. That's just me giving my honest opinion. Yeah, I'm being non-biased about it. But if Dallas does beat San Francisco, hey, that just means again Prescott played well. The defense stepped up, and that's another thing too. Curse is not playing. He's not gonna play this game. He's out for the rest of the season. Shouts out to Mark Holmes. For those of you who are real Cowboys fans, follow that man's channel. That's like the best Cowboys channel on YouTube. Yeah, Curse is not coming back. That's gonna be a problem. Now they got my cousin Jonathan Hankins on standby. He's definitely gonna get a little bit more playing time, hopefully. But again, like Curse is us not having him. It might be an issue there. Whereas San Francisco don't got injuries like that. And then we gotta go into Santa Clara. Santa Clara. It's gonna be difficult. That crowd gonna be wild and they're gonna be hyped. But again, this is a test for Dallas. Now, if Dallas failed this time, Zeke and Dak gotta go. Y'all heard it from me. Zeke gonna have to get traded because we got Tony Pollard. We don't need him. Tony Pollard's been playing way better than Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott's not playing up to his contract at all. And he didn't. And again, Jerry Jones has played Dak and Zeke like they've been playing Tony Romo. They getting paid well. They make technically more money than Tony Romo did. And Jerry kept Tony Romo around for way too long. Again, Dak and Zeke got way more experience in these playoffs than Christian McCaffrey, who's there for the first time. Christian McCaffrey, and speaking of Christian McCaffrey, let me show you how special Christian McCaffrey is, because this is a second-generation football player. I'm going to show you who his daddy is. This is why he's so good. This is his daddy. That in the 1990s won 3 Super Bowls, just like Troy Aikman did. I want y'all to see this. And I might make a second video about this, another one down the line, but yeah. That was Ed McCaffrey's rookie year. That man was on the same receiver on the opposite side of Jerry Rice. That man there. I think Ed was like the slot receiver. I don't think he was the number 2, but yeah, he was definitely the number 3. Yeah. That's Christian's daddy. So you want to know why Christian McCaffrey's so good? It's because of Ed there, the original 81, before T.O. came. Yeah, T.O. came in and took that number, but yeah. The same Ed McCaffrey that won 2 back-to-back Super Bowls with Shannon Sharp and John Elway. This is the same man that was on the same starting lineup as Terrell Davis and Shannon Sharp. Now, Shannon Sharp will tell you firsthand how good that is. That's why Shannon Sharp is taking the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey is a second-generation football player that's playing on the same team as his daddy. Okay? He's continued the family tradition. Plus, Christian also played for Stanford out here in California. So that's another reason why these football players are so good. So I don't understand why people are saying the league is scripted when some of these football players got daddies who were in the league, who taught them everything they know, who came and watched their fathers play in practice, who've been around a playbook their entire life, went to Pop Warner at age 7 and in between 6 and 8 years old, all the way throughout high school and college. I guarantee Ed had been coaching his son. Now, his son is a bit better than Ed because Christian can play two positions. Ed can't quite play. He was just a true receiver. Ed didn't have moves like his son. His son's a bit bigger than him. I'll be honest. Christian McCaffrey is bulked. That man is no joke at all. But Christian's playing on the same team as his daddy was. So that's what makes it special. So to see Christian McCaffrey go to Super Bowl with the Niners, I guarantee you that's going to be the storyline. Look at that. Just like his daddy. Chip off the old block. And expect Christian to also, he can receive the ball too. Oh yeah, Christian McCaffrey can catch that football. And this man was a Carolina Panther too, struggling until then. This is the results when you go to a great team. This is why the Niners gave up those 2 first-round draft picks, which Carolina's going to use to get them a quarterback and another and a rusher. Yeah, Carolina's going to get them a quarterback first round, and then they're going to go after a rusher. But yeah. So please stop saying the league is scripted. Stop doing that. This man got pure skill. It's no joke at all. That's what's going to be a factor in this game. Dallas going to have to stop Christian McCaffrey. If they can limit Christian McCaffrey for at least under 113 yards, we may be able to win that game. Dallas be able to beat them. They're going to have to key off on Christian. Deebo Samuel's also a problem, but you got Trayvon Diggs to guard him. Another issue, too, is Dallas don't have Anthony Brown. That's been a problem, too. But Mike McCarthy, again, he'll make adjustments to it. He should be able to make proper adjustments, but again, I'm going San Francisco for that matter. Because Dallas still has yet to prove they can get out the second round. Until otherwise, I'm putting San Francisco over Dallas. And Dallas is my team. I don't like the Niners at all. And anybody that'll tell you, or my friends that's on my social media, they know how much I hate the Niners. But I got to be honest. Niners is the better franchise than Dallas is. Currently. But that can all change. And I pray for Dallas' sake it do. But until then, I'm going Philadelphia and San Francisco in the NFC Championship game. And I'm taking Kansas City and Buffalo in the AFC Championship game for next week. So that's it, y'all. That's the video. Tell me what you think. I want to know your picks for the Super Bowl.